Hello students, we continue with chapter 6 and today we are going to learn about equations of a line passing through two given points. So we come to theorem 6.3. Now according to this theorem, the equation of a line passing through A having the position vector A bar and B having the position vector B bar is R is equal to A plus lambda B minus A. So it's an important equation as far as sums are concerned, and let us understand the theorem. Now remember that in this case the vector which is parallel to the line is not given. We are only given 2 points on the line. So let us see the figure first of all. Now suppose in this case line L is the required line and A and B having position vectors A bar and B bar are the two fixed points on the line. So this much you are supposed to write in your proof. And also P is another point. So let A having position vector A bar and B with position vector B bar be 2 points on the given line L. Let P having position vector R bar be a variable point on L other than A and B. Now from the figure, we see that A, P and B are collinear. So A, P, B are collinear. So thus we use the property of collinearity. That is, therefore we can say that AP bar is equal to some lambda AB bar. Okay, where lambda is a scalar. Okay, so over here you can just notice the figure properly before we go further with the sum. See the figure. See that from the origin we have drawn the position vectors A bar, B bar and R bar with respect to A, P and B. Okay, and so we continue the sum. So AP bar is given as R bar minus A bar according to position vectors is equal to lambda into AB bar can be written as B bar minus A bar. Now open the brackets and write the next step this way, that is R bar minus A bar is equal to lambda B bar minus lambda A bar. Or in this case there is no need to write that actually. Just take A bar on the RHS and then you get your sum actually. So R bar minus A bar. So A bar goes on the RHS. So we get A bar plus lambda B bar minus A bar. So this is the required equation of a line passing through two given points. So keep this in mind. Now as you can see, since there is lambda in the equation, this is called as a parametric equation of the line. Now suppose you want to eliminate lambda from here, suppose you want to remove lambda from here. Then you remember that AP is collinear with AB, that means AP is parallel to AB. So in this case, you just remember this, that since AP is parallel to AB, we can say that the cross product of R minus A cross B minus A. Okay, the cross product of R minus A and B minus A is equal to 0. Why so? Because AP and AB are parallel vectors. They are collinear or they are parallel actually. So this is how the non-parametric equation of the same line can be obtained. So keep this particular equation in mind. This is more important when you get sums involving 2 points on a line. So this is what is the important equation here. Okay, this was the vector equation. Now we also have to derive find the proof of the Cartesian equations of the same line that is there. So with respect to Cartesian equation, we go through theorem 6.3 over here. So according to theorem 6.3, the Cartesian equations of the line passing through A having coordinates x1, y1, z1 and b, x2, y2, z2 is given as x minus x1 upon x2 minus x1 is equal to y minus y1 upon y2 minus y1, which is equal to z minus z1 upon z2 minus z1. The proof is somewhat similar to what we saw in the previous lecture, that is in the first lecture for this particular chapter, with respect to a line passing through a point and parallel to a given vector. The proof is somewhat similar to that actually. So let us see the proof for this. Now in this case, okay, suppose this is the line. Suppose this is the required line. And A and B are these points on the line that is there. A has the coordinates x1, y1, z1 and B has the coordinates x2, y2 and z2. And similarly, P is a variable point on the line having the coordinates x, y and z. So in this case, let L be the required line which passes through A and B and P be the variable point on the line. Now what are the direction ratios of L? Let me write it properly. The direction ratios of line L are given as with respect to A and B. We can write it as x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 and z2 minus z1 with respect to A and B, which are points on the line. The direction ratios of line L are given this way. Also, we can say that A and P are also points on the line, isn't it? So the direction ratios can also be this way. So direction ratios of L are also, in this case, with respect to A and P. Remember, P has the coordinates x, y, z. Okay, P is x, y, z. So we can write this way: x minus x1, y minus y1 and z minus z1. So both of them are the direction ratios of line L. So combining both these values, therefore we can say that the corresponding ratios are equal. So therefore x minus x1 upon x2 minus x1. This ratio is the same as y minus y1 upon y2 minus y1, which is equal to z minus z1 upon z2 minus z1. So these equations are the required Cartesian equations of the line. So these are the required Cartesian equations. Now we are going to remember both the vector equation and the Cartesian equations of the line passing through two given points. And thus we are going to start with the sums involved in this particular concept that is there. Now we are going to continue with exercise 7.1. If you remember, we had already started the exercise in the previous lecture and done some sums. Here we are going to deal with certain sums which involve equation of a line passing through 2 points and also certain other sums. So second sum we had not done in the previous lecture I mean. So here the question is, find the vector equation of the line passing through points having position vectors 3i plus 4j minus 7k and 6i minus j plus k. So the line passes through 2 points and therefore the equation of this line can be given this way, that is the required equation. So the required equation You have to find the vector equation. So the required equation is R is equal to A plus lambda B minus A. Remember, 2 points on the line are given. So here A is given as 3i, the first vector, and B is given as a second vector. So using these two points which are there on the line, we get the required equation. Therefore, R is equal to, just substitute the values over here. So R is equal to 3i plus 4j minus 7k plus lambda B minus A, that is the first, that is B vector 6i minus j plus k minus, now when you put a minus sign, remember all these signs are changing. So we get minus 3i minus 4j and plus 7k. So thus we get R is equal to, the first part remains the same, plus lambda into, now 6i minus 3i, it gives us 3i minus j minus 4j gives us minus 5j, and k plus 7k gives us 8k. So this becomes the required equation of the line. So the first sum is quite easy to do. Now we come to the seventh sum. Find the Cartesian equations of the line passing through A 2, 2, 1 and B 1, 3, 0. So in this case, the required equation is given as x minus x1 upon x2 minus x1 is equal to y minus y1 upon y2 minus y1 is equal to z minus z1 upon z2 minus z1. This is the required equation. Okay, here x1, y1, z1 is the first point, which is A, that is 2, 2, 1, and x2, y2, z2 is given by point B, which is 1, 3, 0. And therefore we have the required equation. Therefore we have x minus x1. So x minus 2 upon x2 minus x1, 2 minus 1 is equal to y minus 2 again upon 2 minus 3 is equal to z minus 1 upon 1 minus 0, which comes as this way. So this becomes our required equation, that is in the seventh sum. Now coming to the eighth question. A, B and C, the coordinates are given in the brackets, are 3 points. Find the Cartesian equation of line AB and show that ABC are collinear. Now in this case, see, the Cartesian equation of AB is quite easy. For finding that, we require x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2 like we saw in the previous sum. So here, with respect to AB, x1, y1, z1 is given by minus 2, 3 and 4, that is the coordinates of A, and x2, y2, z2 is given by 1, 1, 2. Therefore, the equation of line AB, the Cartesian equation of line AB is given by x minus x1, that is x minus minus 2 upon x2 minus x1, which is 1 minus minus 2. Okay, so 1 minus minus 2. Similarly, is equal to y minus 3 upon x2 minus x1, that is 1 minus 3, which is equal to z minus 4 upon 2 minus 4. Remember, keep the order proper. the formula is x2 minus x1. So if you're using one particular set of coordinates as x2, y2, z2, keep it the same in throughout the sum that is it. Okay, I hope you understood what I'm meaning. So this comes out as x plus 2 upon 1 plus 2, that is 3, which is equal to y minus 3 upon minus 2, which is z minus 4 upon minus 2. So these are the required Cartesian equations of line AB. Now we also have to find one more part of the sum. We have to show that A, B and C are collinear. Now to show that A, B and C are collinear, what we do over here is that, see, one way we already know how to prove that A, B, C are collinear, because in vector lesson in chapter 5, we had seen that to prove that 3 points are collinear, we just take their position vectors and find the scalar between them. We do this way. AB is equal to some scalar lambda BC. So if we can find the scalar, then we say that the points are collinear. However, over here we will use another method to find out that ABC are collinear. Okay. Now already see, it is line AB. So A and B anyway, like 2 points are always collinear. So the points A and B are anyway collinear because they are forming the line AB. We have to prove that point C lies on AB. So to prove that, see, the coordinates of C are given by 4, -1 and 0. Now when x is equal to 4, the equation, the Cartesian equation of the line, this equation of the line becomes 4 plus 2, that is x plus 2 upon 3, which is 4 plus 2 upon 3, which is 6 upon 3, which is 2. Okay, similarly, when y is equal to -1, the second equation, the second Cartesian equation, that is y minus 3 upon -2 can be written as -1 minus 3 upon -2, which comes out as -4 upon -2, which is 2. Then similarly, the third case, that is when z is equal to 0, z minus 4 upon -2 is actually 0 minus 4 upon -2, which is again -4 upon -2, which is 2. That means the coordinates of C satisfy the equations of line AB. This is the equation of line AB. Okay, the coordinates of C satisfies all the 3 equations. That means what? C lies on the line passing through A and B. That means A, B and C are collinear. So let us write this properly. So therefore, the coordinates of C satisfy the equations of line AB, and therefore C lies on line AB, and therefore A, B, C are collinear. So in this way we prove that the 3 points are collinear actually. The 9th question, show that the lines given by x plus 1 upon -10 is equal to y plus 3 upon -1 is equal to z minus 4 upon 1 and x plus 10 upon -1 is equal to y plus 1 upon -3 is equal to z minus 1 upon 4 intersect each other. Find the coordinates of their point of intersection. Consider this as an important sum. It can be asked for a minimum of at least 3 or maximum of 4 marks in the exam time. Now, in the solution, let the lines be L1 and L2. So let line L1 be the first line, that is x plus 1 upon -10 is equal to y plus 3 upon -1 is equal to z minus 4 upon 1. Now let us write this as any scalar, say lambda. Similarly, let line L2 be the second line. And let this be mu. Any other scalar, say mu. It's quite common practice to write them as lambda and mu. Now, just pay attention to this. Now, see the first equation. X plus 1 upon minus 10 is equal to lambda. Suppose we take minus 10 to the RHS. See, I'll show you only the first case. Second one, we can write it directly. X plus 1 upon minus 10 is equal to lambda. Therefore, we have x plus 1 is equal to minus 10 lambda. And therefore, x is equal to minus 1 minus 10 lambda. Working in the same way, doing the same thing for the next equation also, y plus 3 upon minus 1 is equal to lambda again. And therefore, y plus 3 is equal to minus lambda, minus 1 goes to the RHS. And therefore, y is equal to minus 3 minus lambda. And similarly, we get z also in the same way. Okay, z is actually z minus 4 upon 1 is equal to lambda, and therefore z minus 4 is equal to lambda, and therefore z is equal to 4 plus lambda. Similarly, now that you have got an idea of how these three equations are obtained, similarly we can say that x is equal to, for the second equation, for the next equation, same way, x plus 10, that is x is equal to, in this case x is equal to minus 10 minus mu, y is equal to, in the same way, minus 1 minus 3 mu. Okay, look at the equations, how they are going. And z is equal to 1 plus 4 mu. So, this way we got the second set of coordinates. So, any point on L1 will have the coordinates, the first three set of coordinates. Any point on L1 will have the coordinates, these three coordinates actually. So, the coordinates of any point on L1, the first line, are minus 1 minus x becomes minus 1 minus 10 lambda, y becomes minus 3 minus lambda, and z becomes 4 plus lambda. Similarly, the coordinates of any point on L2. Are given in the same way. These are these coordinates in terms of mu, whatever we got. That is minus 10 minus mu, minus 1 minus 3 mu, and 1 plus 4 mu. This way we got the coordinates. Now what we do over here is that, see, we have to prove that both these lines L1 and L2 intersect each other. So to prove that line, now both of them will intersect each other if the coordinates are the same. If all this point on the line is equal to this point on the line. Any point on line L is given by these coordinates actually. Okay. So suppose this point and this point, if the coordinates are same, that means the lines L1 and L2 intersect. So in this way, lines L1 and L2 intersect if we have minus 1 minus 10 lambda, minus 3 minus lambda, and 4 plus lambda, the first set of coordinates, is exactly equal to the second set of coordinates. This way. That means what? That means we have to have minus 1 minus 10 lambda as being equal to minus 10 minus mu. Minus 1 minus 10 lambda equal to minus 10 minus mu. Okay. And same way, we should also have the second set, that is minus 3 minus lambda is equal to minus 1 minus 3 mu, and 4 plus lambda being equal to 1 plus 4 mu. Okay, this should be the case. Now let us see if this is the case. How to find out whether this is true or what? What we will do is that we will write any two of these equations together, solve them and find the values of mu and lambda first. So from this equation we can say, by rearranging the terms, we get mu minus 10 lambda is equal to minus 9. This is our first equation. And in the second equation, we will get 3 mu minus lambda is equal to minus 1 plus 3, that is 2. Isn't it? So this becomes the second case. Now let us solve these two equations and first find the values for lambda and mu in this case. Okay. So multiplying equation 1, any equation, say equation 1 is multiplied by 3 and gives us, we are solving them simultaneously. Remember your method for solving equations simultaneously. So equation 1 into 3 gives us 3 mu minus 30 lambda is equal to minus 27. Say this is equation number 4 or 3 rather. Then what we do? Then we subtract 2 and 3. Subtracting 3 from 2, okay, we are going to get over here, see 3 mu minus 3 mu, it goes away. Minus lambda, sign changes, plus 30 lambda gives us 29 lambda is equal to, similarly here 2 plus 27, sign changes, remember the sign is going to change. I'm just writing it as a rough work, you don't have to show it in the exam time. You can solve it directly also. This way the sign changes when you subtract both, isn't it? So when you subtract both the equations, you get 29 lambda is equal to 2 plus 27, that is 29, and therefore conveniently you get lambda is equal to 1. Now putting lambda is equal to 1 in any equation, in say equation 1, we get mu minus 10, lambda is 1 is equal to minus 9, and therefore mu is equal to 1. So thus you got the value for lambda and mu. Now to show that the lines are intersecting, lambda and mu should satisfy this particular equation as well. Okay, this equation. So putting the values of lambda and mu in this equation, that is 4 plus lambda, the third equation, is equal to 1 plus 4 mu, we get LHS, that is we get 4 plus 1 is equal to 1 plus 4 into 1. Therefore LHS is equal to RHS. That means the values of lambda and mu also satisfy the third equation, this particular equation of the line. We had 3 equations of the line which we considered. Okay, these were the 3 equations. So the first 2 equations we solved like this. We got the values of lambda and mu, and when we put these values of lambda and mu in the third equation, we saw that LHS and RHS are coming equal. Which means what? Which means therefore the lines intersect. The two lines L1 and L2 intersect each other. Since the values are coming same. Now to find the coordinates of the point of intersection, we take any of these equations. See, we from here now from here. Okay, we take any of these equations. See, any point on the line, any point on line L1 and any point on line L2 are written in terms of lambda and mu. So we take any one of these equations, any one of these coordinates, set of coordinates, and put the values for lambda and mu. Okay, if you're taking the first set of coordinates, we put the value of lambda, which is 1. And the second set of coordinates, if you're taking, then we put the value of mu, which is again 1. And thus we find the coordinates of the point of intersection of these lines. Okay, I do hope you understood it actually. So putting lambda is equal to 1. So putting lambda is equal to 1 in, say, minus 1, the first equation, minus 1 minus 10 lambda, minus 3 minus lambda, and the third equation, 4 plus lambda. Or we can also put mu is equal to 1. Any one thing you can do. You need not have to do both. Any one you can do. This is just to show you all. In the second set of coordinates, that is minus 10 minus lambda, minus 1 minus 3 mu, and 1 plus 4 mu. We get the point of intersection. The point of intersection of the lines is given, it comes out as, see, when we put lambda as 1 or mu as 1 in both, we get minus 1 minus 10, that is minus 11, minus 3 minus 1 minus 4, and 4 plus 1, that is 5. Try putting it in the second set of coordinates, you will get the same answer. Okay, so this comes out to be the sum. A little bit long, but then the marks weightage is also more for this particular sum that is it. Now the 10th sum, a line passes through 3, minus 1, 2 and is perpendicular to 2 of these lines which are given over here. Their equations are given here. Find the equation of the required line. So they have given us one point on the line, that is 3, minus 1 and 2. So this point is, say, A, and they have given us that the line is perpendicular to both these lines which are there. Now remember, the equation of a line is R is equal to A plus lambda B. Okay, where B is a vector which is parallel to the line. So in this case, with respect to these given lines which are there, the vectors which are parallel to both these lines are these vectors, this vector and this particular vector. So the first line which is given to us, the first line is parallel to vector B, which is 2i minus 2j plus k. And similarly, the second line is again parallel to say vector C, which is this vector, that is I minus 2j plus 2k. Now, a vector which is perpendicular to both B and C, perpendicular to B and C, is given by their cross product, is given by B cross C. Now here we find what is B cross C. So therefore B cross C can be found out by, yes, writing their determinant. So we write over here ijk. The first row becomes 2 minus 2 and 1. And the second row becomes 1 minus 2 and 2. Which is solved, okay, by writing I is equal to I into, not is equal to, but into. Now cross multiplying, we get minus 4 plus 2 minus j into, again we cross multiply, so 4 minus 1 plus k into minus 4 plus 2. So thus we get the answer over here for B cross C. as minus 2i minus 3j and minus 2k. This becomes our B cross C. Now the required line, our required line is perpendicular to both the lines. The required line is perpendicular to both the given lines. Therefore, it is see, B cross C is a vector which is perpendicular to both the given lines. It is like this now. The given lines are this way. The required line is perpendicular to both these lines. And both these lines are perpendicular to this particular vector, which is say B cross C. That means the vector which is parallel to the required line is B cross C. So therefore, the vector parallel to the required line is vector B cross C. And therefore, the equation of the line. Now, they have also given us a point on the line. A is a point on the required line. Okay, A has the coordinates, say A has the position vectors. A has the coordinates over here 3, minus 1 and 2. So let me write it here. Actually, you should be writing it beside it. It is 3, minus 1, 2. And therefore, we can write A bar is equal to 3i minus j plus 2k. So this is the vector which is the position vector of a point on the line. So therefore, equation of the line. Vector equation of the line is given as R is equal to R bar is equal to A plus lambda. Now not B bar, but it is B cross C, because this is the vector which is parallel to the line, isn't it? So R is equal to A plus lambda B cross C. Remember, this diagram is not necessary. This I just drew it to show you all. Just as a reference I drew it for you all. No need to draw it during the exam time. So R is equal to, let us substitute these values, 3i minus j plus 2k plus lambda into whatever answer we got for B cross C. And that answer was actually minus 2i minus 3j minus 2k, this answer. So this can be the equation of the line over here. So thus we have completed all the sums of exercise 6.1. Now I want to give you an assignment. Okay, assignment is miscellaneous exercise 6a. So over here the question has been taken from page number 208. There are two questions actually. 208. This is miscellaneous exercise 6a, and the sums are, the questions are question number 6 and 7. Okay, and both these questions are similar to question number 7 of exercise 6.1, which was really easy actually. Of exercise 6.1, which we did today. So complete these sums as well in your notebook, which will give you extra practice of the concept that is there. So we'll meet in the next lecture with the next concept of the chapter. Thank you so much for listening. Keep practicing, students.